Hey guys, what's up? Lugia XD2000 here, back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make your very own, very cheap, straight from home fidget spinner. What? I know, it's crazy, right? Look at that, it's really cool. Let's do it again. Alright guys, so here are the different fidget spinners I have created. If you look right off the bat, there is a really big one here. So I thought it would be really cool to make a kind of like a replica sort of style of a spinner that resembles Ben's Omnitrix from the original Ben 10 series. And I created this one because my channel started off with Ben 10, and I know that there's a lot of you out there that still watch my old Ben 10 videos. I realized this is a little too big, and a lot of people don't really have that big hands like I do. So I went ahead and I created a second version of the Omnitrix Spinner, which is a lot smaller. It features different aliens from the original Ben 10 series. We also have this Guardians of the Galaxy spinner in celebration of the new Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 movie that came out. I made this spinner as well. I also have this Pokemon spinner that features the original starter Pokemon. And of course we have my favorite, which is this Super Mario Bros. Spinner. And on the front side it features the new Super Mario Bros. Characters, but on the back it's a reverse mirrored version, but with the older style 8-bit NES characters. All these designs are free, and I leave them in the description below to a MediaFire link. It comes in a zip folder, which contains all the JPEGs of each of the templates, which you guys can download and make your own fidget spinners with. So, with that being said, I'm going to show you guys how to make the three different styles. The Pokemon spinner, the Guardian spinner, and this regular Ben 10 Omnitrix spinner. These are all the same type of fidget spinners, so I'm only going to be creating one of them. I'm going to be showing you guys how you can create the Pokemon spinner, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the Omnitrix spinner, as well as the Super Mario Bros. Spinner. If you guys want to skip ahead to the videos, just click here to see how you can make the Pokemon spinner. Click over here if you want to learn how to make the Super Mario Bros. Spinner, or click here if you want to make this really big Omnitrix spinner. So for the Pokemon spinner build, we're going to be needing some hot glue, some craft glue, 3 pennies, 2 water bottle or soda caps, something to mark stuff down with, some piece of cardboard, either toothpicks or these really long wooden dowels, which I find are more effective than toothpicks, but you can use toothpicks as well. And of course, you're going to need the printout template that I have provided in the link below in the description. I almost forgot, you're also going to need a pair of scissors. How the hell are you supposed to cut this out without scissors? I don't know. Just start cutting out the pieces. So cut out all the circles and also the front and the back of the fidget spinners. What I like to do first, I like to get a piece of cardboard. So get your piece of cardboard and just take one of your fidget spinner pieces. I'll take this one. Flip it over so you don't damage any of the artwork. Put all the stuff to the side. And take out that marker that I told you to get earlier and just draw an outline of the fidget spinner on top of the cardboard. So once you're done tracing your fidget spinner, put your fidget spinner piece to the side. And now that you have this outline that you just drew, you're going to take your scissors once again and you're just going to cut this out. You're going to take some glue and you're going to take one of your fidget spinner pieces and you're going to glue one piece of the paper to each side of this cardboard piece. Now you're going to take your 3 pennies and your 3 Pokemon. So we'll take Charmander and we'll put them on the glue stick. And we'll take one of our pennies, doesn't matter which side, heads or tails, doesn't matter. I personally like to put it on Abraham Lincoln's face because I think it's kind of funny. That's basically it, and you're going to do that for Bulbasaur and Squirtle. You're going to flip this over so that all of these sides are blank. We're going to start off with Bulbasaur here, but be very careful, pay attention, because just follow the silhouettes. So this one is Bulbasaur, so this top one right here has to be Bulbasaur. We're going to take the hot glue gun, we're going to do like a little dab, just a very little dab of hot glue, and then we're going to take our Bulbasaur, and we're going to place him down like so, and make sure that he is the same thing on the back. So we're just going to do that, but with Squirtle and Charmander. So once you're done gluing all of your Pokemon onto their respected areas, just take those Pokeballs that you cut out earlier, put them onto the cardboard. Take the glue stick, glue the Pokeball, stick it onto the cardboard. From there, you can take your scissors, and since it's already on there, it makes it a whole lot easier to just cut it out that way. Once you've glued your Pokeballs to the pieces of cardboard, set them off to the side. You'll get to those later, but for now, we're gonna get the 2 water bottle caps. We're also gonna get our wooden dowel stick. You're also gonna wanna use your scissors, a knife, something to cut through, or what I found was very effective was actually using a screw. That's right, guys, a screw. You could probably use a screwdriver too with this, but basically what we want to do with this is pierce through the plastic. Basically what you want to do is there's this little centerpiece right here, so it makes it very easy for you with these water bottle caps because you don't really have to figure out what the center is. They kind of already give it to you. So just find a cap that has like a dot in the center, and you're going to take your screwdriver and push it right through the center. And just keep pushing through it and kind of twist it until you penetrate through the plastic. If not, you can try your best with some scissors. I just find that the more safer and more effective approach is doing that with a screw. So once you're happy with the holes that you have in your caps, you can go ahead and actually start putting the wooden dowel or the toothpick through the cap. You're also going to want to take back your fidget spinner. So we're going to actually set this off, and you're going to want to get that screw that you had. There is actually a black dot on either side of the fidget spinner to indicate the center. So like I said, this is the most important part. You're going to want to make sure you get this right. Just because if it's off, it's going to wobble around and it's not going to go so fast. So you're going to want to make sure that you take your screw, and then you're going to want to put it to the center, and you're going to press it and twist it just like you did with the bottle caps. You're also going to want to make this hole a little bit wider than the holes that you made for the caps. So this is a little too small. So just like you did with the caps, if you want to make those holes a little bit bigger, you're going to do the same thing with this, except these holes are just going to be a little bit, just a little more bigger than the caps. So you're going to put that down, and you're going to take that dowel, you're going to stick it through the center of your fidget spinner, and you're going to want to take the other piece, stick it through the wooden dowel. Make sure that you leave room in the center so that when you spin it, your fidget spinner, it spins. And right now it's not spinning so much, so you're going to make it a little bit wider. Make sure you have enough room so that you can spin it. You're going to take your marker and then just mark off on the wooden dowel where you want to cut it, and then just take your scissors and you're just going to cut it off, and we'll go from there. So what we want to do is take your wooden dowel, take your hot glue gun, and glue just a little dab on one of the ends of the dowel, just a little bit. So you're going to take that, and you're going to put it through the cap, whichever cap you want, stick it through, and you're going to want to take your hot glue gun once again, and you're going to seal off the top of it, so the outside of the cap, kind of just spread that around so it's not bulging out. And for a little extra support, you want to start gluing in the center. Try to fill in as much of the cap as possible. Kind of try to flood the entire cap to give it that extra support. And you're just going to leave it drying off for a few seconds. When that's all ready and dried off, you can actually take one of your Pokeball pieces, and you're going to take your hot glue gun once again, and you're going to glue the entire front cover of the cap, the top of the cap, like a huge ring around it. And then you're going to take your Pokeball, and you're just going to stick it on there real tight and press it down from the top. You're done with one of the sides of your spinners. So once you're done with that, you're going to take your spinner, you're going to stick this dowel right through the center, and you're going to take the other cap. And you're going to do the same thing that you did with the other one. You're going to take this, and you're going to glue a little dot on the end of the dowel, filling it up right away, just a little bit at first, and then kind of sticking it through. So when that sticks through, cover the top of it a little bit for that extra support, spread it around so it's not bulging out, and wait for that to dry. So once that end dries up and you're happy with it, you are just going to take your Pokeball piece and you're going to glue it on top of here again, just like you did with the other side. And there you go. You're basically done. This is it. This is your spinner. If you want to make this Super Mario spinner, it's very easy. Just like the Pokemon spinner, you have a template, and you're going to want to get your scissors, and you're going to want to cut this out. You're actually going to take a piece of cardboard and your marker, and what you're going to do is you're going to take one of the sides of the spinner, and you're just going to trace it all on this cardboard. We're going to get our pennies out here. You're going to take your penny, you're going to put it in where the circle area is, and you're just going to trace that, just the bottom rim. And you see that right there? You're just gonna use your penny and you just trace it here. So now you're gonna trace it in the other two areas, and I'll show you what to do from there. So once you trace all of the pennies onto the cardboard, this is really important, so just pay attention to this. So all these circles here, let me just draw X's on them. So all these circles here, you're not gonna cut. You're only gonna cut what's in here, all right? You're only gonna cut this part. All right, guys, so once you cut out your cardboard piece, you're going to want to take your glue and make sure you just glue it down and line it up as perfectly as possible. Instead of using this craft glue, we're going to take our hot glue gun and we're just going to do like a little, like not even like a dab, drizzle like a little bit of the glue. Just drizzle a little bit on there. There you go. And then stick that on. It's a little flimsy, but that's okay for now because we didn't attach the other side. And then for a little extra support so it's not as flimsy, just kind of glue it right here where the crack between the cardboard and the penny meets up, and just kind of smooth it out from there. And then just do it again for the other two circles. While that's all glued on there, we're going to take our craft glue and we're going to glue the back of this side. But we have to make sure that we line it up properly. So this Mario does not line up with Luigi, so we have to make sure that Mario lines up with Mario, and we glue that in place. We're going to take our hot glue gun, and we're going to repeat the process what we did with the pennies earlier. We're going to do like a little drizzle, just a little bit, maybe like a dab, almost a dab. And just do that for the other two. You got both sides glued together, they all match, they all line up. Then you're good to go by piercing the center. So you're going to take that screw from earlier and you're going to pierce it through to the other side. After you put the screw through it, it's not wide enough. So try to make it as wide as the base of a plastic straw. So just get your scissors and just kind of push it through a little bit and twist it around until you make the hole just a little bit wider. So we're going to take some more of that cardboard we have lying around and we're going to take our two center pieces, and you're just going to glue this, put it onto the cardboard, and do the same thing for the other one. Just cut this out. Just start cutting all of this out. So with your logo pieces all cardboarded up and glued down, you can just push them off to the side. We'll get to those a little bit later. So now to the fun part. So again, with these water bottle caps, you're going to be taking your screw and you're going to be piercing the little centerpiece right here and just piercing a hole through it. So once you have that, you can take your wooden dowel and you can put it through one of the caps. Just stick it through. Stick this part through. So once you find the spot where you want, it should be about an inch. Sometimes it could be a little less. That's why we do this little test beforehand to make sure. Take your marker and then just mark it off where you think you want to cut it, and then just cut this off. So now with our wooden dowel and one of our caps, we are actually going to take our hot glue gun and we're going to flood the entire inside of the cap, and it gets through the other side. So just let that cool. After that's all dried up, you're going to take one of your labels and you're going to take the hot glue gun and just flood the top of the cap, and then you're just going to stick it right on top. And just press and hold it down from the top. You're going to stick it through the fidget spinner. And you are going to get your other cap. And you're basically going to repeat this whole process. You're going to fill this up, put the stick through it on this end, and then you're going to put the label on it on the other end and make sure the label lines up properly with the other labels. There you have it, guys. There is your Super Mario and New Super Mario Fidget Spinner. The way to make this Omnitrix spinner is very different than the other spinners. For this one, you're not going to need any water bottle caps or anything like that. All you're going to need is some cardboard, hot glue, but this time instead of 3 pennies, you're going to want to grab 4 pennies. What you're going to need besides that template. So there's a template for the Omnitrix, and this one is actually, since the Omnitrix is so big, I had to create 2 pages for it. So yeah, you're just going to grab your template, and then you're just going to start cutting away. However, I am going to say this. It's a lot easier if you just cut out the Omnitrix center and these circles first, and then hold off for this part. This part is the actual fidget spinner piece itself that moves around. Don't cut this out yet. Just cut this out and these 4 circles. So once you cut out the centerpiece and the 4 circles here, you just want to put them off to the side, grab some cardboard. Grab actually like a pretty decent size of cardboard. And you're going to want to take this spinner and you're going to want to stick it on here. I'm going to take my glue stick, my craft glue. I'm just going to glue all this around here. Put it on top of the cardboard. Take your scissors and you're just going to start cutting. So once you get your centerpiece cut out onto cardboard, just put that to the side and cut out these 2 shapes from the second page of the template. You can put away the centerpiece of the Omnitrix away for a second and then grab that other piece that you cut out earlier and flip it over, and you're just going to take some glue and you're going to glue the back of the cardboard. Grab your other piece of the fidget spinner and just place it on top. What you're going to want to do is take your hourglass, put them on some pieces of cardboard, take your glue stick again, you're going to glue the back of each of these guys. We're going to plop that on there. We're going to take our scissors and we're going to start cutting it out. So when you have finished cutting out your Omnitrix pieces onto pieces of cardboard, you're going to want to cut the center of each of these pieces. And silly me, I forgot to put a little dot indicator on the Omnitrixes where the center is. If you really want to get like the center, you can just take a marker, and it's actually really easy with the design of the Omnitrix because you see these little triangles here. If you kind of like make it like a little imaginary line, and you can just kind of guesstimate from there on that line where that center dot is. So once you've cut the holes through the center pieces of your Omnitrix, just put them off to the side. Grab your glue stick, grab 4 pennies, and grab those 4 circle pieces that you cut out earlier. So just like the other fidget spinners, we're going to be gluing all these circle pieces on top of each of these pennies. So just take your glue stick, take a penny, glue the back or the front of the penny, doesn't really matter which side, and then just take one of those green circle pieces and plop it on top like that. Let it off to dry and then do that again for the other 3 pennies. You're going to grab the center of the fidget spinner, and we're actually going to take the screw once again, and this one's marked off for you. There's a red dot in the center, and you're just going to pierce it right through and just make a hole through the center of the fidget spinner. Put your scissors through just a little bit and kind of just twist it around, making the hole just that much bigger. You're going to take your hot glue gun and you're going to do like a little dab of hot glue in one of the gray circles, and take one of your green pennies and just plop it on and press it down and hold it for a little bit. And yeah, just do that again for the other 3 gray circles. You can go ahead and take your Omnitrix center pieces that you had before and take that wooden dowel, and you're going to stick the wooden dowel through one end of the Omnitrix and stick it through the fidget spinner base, the fidget spinner. And then what you're going to do is take the other end and stick it through, and you're going to want to press it close enough to the fidget spinner center and make sure there's enough distance, and just kind of test it out for yourself. So this distance is too close, so you want to make it a little bit wider and just see how that works, spinning it around. And it looks okay. It looks pretty good. So what we want to do now is we're going to take our handy dandy marker and we are going to mark off right here where we want it to cut, because we don't want all this wooden sticks. Take off our pieces, cut off right here where you marked it off. And from there, what we're going to do is we are going to take one part of our Omnitrix and we're going to glue the back of it, and we're going to stick the wooden dowel through the hole, and then you're going to stick that through your fidget spinner. So what you're going to do for this one is you're going to glue right here, stick it through, glue it on the top to kind of just seal the deal. So once you glue your wooden dowel to either end of the fidget spinner, that's pretty much it. That is your complete Omnitrix fidget spinner. So that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I spent a long time, like the past 3 days, just designing these different fidget spinners and creating all of them. So I hope you guys really enjoyed them. If you guys really would like to see any other themed fidget spinners, Just leave any suggestions of the different themes you would want to see in the comments below, and hopefully we can make a second video about that. Also, if you would like to see a DIY tutorial how to make your own replica Omnitrix with a turnable dial, just leave that in the comments below as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like this video, save it to your favorites, comments in the comments below, let me know how I did on this video. Also check out some of my other videos, and have a great day.